Morton for guiding us through those first three quarterfinals of the day. And after that thrilling mixed doubles, we turn our attention to men's singles. And it's the former world #1 and former champion here, KIDAMBI Srikanth, won the title at the China Open 4 years ago. Up against CHOU Tien Chen, the man who is #1 on the HSBC BWF World Tour race to Guangzhou. So two players who have been at the top of world badminton for a number of years now. Well, when we look at the draw, we can see that the World Championship silver medalist CHOU Tien safely through against the Asian Games bronze medalist Anthony Ginting in 3 games, 1 hour and 2 minutes for that first of the quarterfinals. But 7 seeds and 7 different nationalities involved. 2 Chinese players, 1 in each half of the draw. The only seed that was missing, and we missed him from the very start of the tournament, was last year's beaten finalist Victor Axelsen, the #3 seed, withdrew before the start of play. So the 7 seeds that started the tournament reached the quarter-final stage. Top half of the draw, we have 3 current or former world #1s. And here is CHOU Tien Chen, the #1 on the race to Guangzhou list, and the former champion Srikanth. KIDAMBI won the title here. That was the start of his real assertion into the top of world badminton. It was his first ever Super Series title when he beat Lin Dan in the final 4 years ago. This is the 4th meeting between these two players. Of the previous 3, CHOU Tien Chen has in fact won the last 2 occasions. Last time they met was in the group stage of last year's Super Series finals in Dubai. 2 straight games it was on that occasion, won by CHOU Tien Chen, 18 and 18. But I think this man is really playing himself into form. 5th consecutive tournament for KIDAMBI, where he's reached at least the quarter-final stage, starting at the Japan Open, and then on to the China Super 1000, Denmark Open, French Open, and now here the China 750 event. So I think KIDAMBI, the #5 seed, is very much playing himself into form. But this is a man who's been in tremendous form this year. The 28-year-old #4 seed CHOU Tien Chen, at a career high of #3, enjoying his 3rd consecutive week at a career high. This is his 7th appearance here. 4 years ago he was a semi-finalist, and he lost out to Lin Dan, who was then beaten in that final 4 years ago by Chow's opponent of today. Look at the marathon match in the very first round against Lee Dong-kyung. 1 hour and 13 minutes he battled through, and then in the second round against Darren Liu, the World Championship bronze medalist. That was 2 straight games. So as far as the man from India is concerned, 25 years of age, from Ravulapalam, but brought up in Guntur on the east coast of India. #9 on the world ranking at the moment, but did spend 1 week as world #1. Only his 3rd appearance here, because after he won the title in 2014, the following year, as defending champion, he lost in the first round, and then he withdrew from the event the last 2 years. So he missed the last 2 years, 2016 and 17. Well, in the first round, he played against the man promoted from the reserve list, replaced Kosit Petradub, Lukakouve of France, and then Tommy Sugiarto. Needed 3 games to get through Sugiarto in yesterday's second round match, 21 and 9 in the deciding game. In fact, same score in the second game. So second and third games, very convincing for KIDAMBI. Su Nan is our umpire for this. Su Xiaofeng is the service judge. And while the players are getting ready for the start of play, must ask Morton about the fact that at the start of play, this week, we actually had 6 players promoted from the reserve list into the main draw. We don't, of course, have qualifying at this level of tournament.
Right?
So 6 players withdrew. That's disappointing, especially with the race to Guangzhou heating up so much. Points are desperate.
Yes, I agree with you. I'll come back to that when the game here begins. I'll need to think just for a second. But I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, the other thing to mention, of course, about the draw at the start of play is we had 4 former champions who had won 11 titles between them. And between those 4 former champions, there had been in 14 finals between them. Absolutely extraordinary. Well, of course, Lin Dan had been in 6 finals, 5-time winner, and Chen Long, who we'll be watching later on, 4-time champion, including last year, has been in 7 finals in the last 8 years. So those 2 players really dominating this event. Well, I hope he wasn't holding his back after that first rally, CHOU Tien Chen.
No, I don't think so. He seems to be physically very, very strong. But coming back to your point about 6 players withdrawing from the event, there could be so many circumstances why they had to, you know, withdraw from this tournament. But of course, 6 from the top is quite a lot.
Yeah.
And as you say, the race for Guangzhou is definitely heating up. And because it's not like the world ranking where it's your 10 best results that's counting, it's every single result is just accumulated on one by one. And that, of course, makes a big, big difference the more tournaments you played. The better your chances that you will qualify. Yeah. And I actually saw a piece in one of the Danish web pages saying that they were asking our President Paul Erik Høyer about the race to Guangzhou and whether they were going to look at it, because if you look at tennis is having they just had the women's in Singapore a few weeks ago, and they have the men's coming up very shortly.
In London.
In London, yes.
The O2 Arena.
And they take just the top 8 on the world ranking, and that's it.
Yeah.
And making sure that that's the top 8 that's played. Whether, you know, how much they participated, it's the ranking that counts. So will badminton do something of the same? We don't know, but they are definitely contemplating to change the situation a bit.
Yes, well, if we look at the race to Guangzhou standings at the moment, KIDAMBI is at 19, so unlikely to qualify. In fact, he is playing Hong Kong and the Syed Modi event, so he's got 2 more events to come. But currently at a qualifying position at number 8 is Supanyu Awihingsanong, who's on the world ranking of 21, and he's currently in a qualifying position. He's playing next week in Hong Kong, and he's playing the Korean Open. So it's quite probable it's in.
There is an example in the women's singles as well. Michelle Lee, who's a good player, did really well yesterday. She has played 24 tournaments for her world ranking. And out of those 24 tournaments, I counted 17 or 18 of those tournaments are counting towards her race to Guangzhou.
It's 18.
18, which means that she's standing a very, very good chance of qualification, despite the fact that she's number 18 on the world ranking.
Yeah. Well, we know that CHOU Tien Chen has already qualified, apart from the world champion who gets an automatic invitation. He was the first man to guarantee his place in Guangzhou at the World Tour finals. And if you ask me, he thoroughly deserves it, because I think he's played so well. He's been in 5 World Tour tournament finals this year, winning 3 of them.
Yeah, it's not only about the fact that he has competed a lot, he has played well.
Exactly.
And he's high on the ranking.
4.
Morten, I was saying as part of the introduction that I felt that Kidambi is just playing himself into form.
Yeah.
Fifth consecutive tournament where he's reached at least the quarter-final stage. And it's good to see, because I think that after his wonderful year last year, when he was in 5 Super Series tournament finals, winning 4 of them, the expectations have been very high. He set himself the goal of the Commonwealth Games. He beat Lee Chong-wei in the team event for India to take the team gold for the first time.
Correct.
He then lost in the final of the individual to Lee Chong-wei. He also set himself the target of the Asian Games, where he didn't produce his best form. But it is such a big expectation, but I think he is playing himself back into form again now.
He is, and sometimes he's also carrying these injuries that we don't hear so much about, and we don't know whether he had some niggling injuries or whether, you know, everything has been perfect or not, because we don't hear that much. But now, as you say, he's been playing regularly on the circuit, and he's doing well. He's getting into these quarterfinals, so he's definitely on his way back.
And talking of injuries, I have noticed that he has strapping on his right thigh.
Yeah, just at the edge of the shorts, you can see them.
Yeah, that's a lovely smash. I have to say, it's a little bit of a concern to me, the number of injuries, the number of players from India seem to have, men's singles players I'm talking about. Pranoy's had injury, this man's had injuries, Kashyap of course has had injury problems, so many of them. Sai Praneeth pulled out of this event.
Tournament, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Service over. 9-6.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, that's really well played.
Oh, yes. Lovely.
Service over.
But still very good of Kidambi to get it back. Look at this. How he got that one back was pretty good. But it was funny, I spoke to CHOU Tien Chen a few days ago, and I joked with him and I said, why are you always playing these long 3-setters and all that? And he said, oh, I don't know, and sometimes opponents are really good and blah 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 going on. Then I met him yesterday, and he was just laughing all over his face and said, I won in 2.
He is a charming individual, isn't he?
It was really good fun.
Very nice young man. So too is Kidambi. Have you spoken to him?
Yeah, on a few occasions.
Yes.
I have.
Service over. 9-10.
Mm.
10-0.
Yeah, that's a good smash down the line.
Fabulous smash. And it is CHOU Tien Chen who has the 1-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game. Look at that movement. My goodness me.
He's a powerful, really powerful player. You can see very strong legs.
Yeah.
4号，你4号不是会给他就是直线的，那个球迷可能要调整一下那个力道或者是角度，给他对角也可以。然后再就是你现在1号放的时候，他很习惯就是推你4号，因为他就是要从你4号去找到一些机会以及你，所以你这个放到贴网的时候，你4号跟直线的多出来，就是这两个。
Count 1, 20 seconds.
不会放。
Count 1, 20 seconds.
自己节奏调整一下。
Well, CHOU Tien Chen got into the big time when he won the 2014 French Open Super Series. And by winning the Super Series men's singles, it completed Chinese Taipei's
11
Grand
10.
Slam, as it were.
Play.
Norton, as far as players from Chinese Taipei had then won titles and in all 5 disciplines, which meant that they joined China, Korea, Denmark, Malaysia
10.
and Thailand as the only countries to have won. Had players win titles at all 5 different disciplines.
In a Super Series level.
In a Super Series. But now, of course,
It's the World Tour.
the World Tour, and another country that's joined that list, of course, is Japan. Because the one discipline they hadn't won prior to this year was mixed doubles, and Watanabe and Higashino winning the All England Championships. It completed their quintet.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that was an awesome win at the All England this year against Sheng Ziwei and Huang Yachong in that final.
Wow.
Hesitation.
Yeah. And this is actually 6 straight points, isn't it? This is a good little passage of play as far as CHOU Tien Chen is concerned.
It's out.
Service over.
What's
11.
changed? What gave him that run of 6 points, do you think? Was it just sloppy play from Kidambi, or was he being a little more positive? Because you and I talked at length, didn't we, in Odense about the fact that he's a follower.
Yes.
And you want to see him take more initiative. Shots like that.
I want to see shots like that.
Service
Yeah.
over.
I want to see when he's in a
11.
defensive situation, he's looking for these counter-attacking opportunities. And this is a perfect example of it.
Yeah.
This I like to see him play. When he's aggressive, I like him to be able to not play just one smash, but a string of smashes and a follow-up at the same time. I want him to control it completely.
Four.
Yeah.
But that's the thing
Service
is,
over.
I think Kidambi is still a little bit more erratic than CHOU Tien Chen is, and that's what caused the 6 points. CHOU Tien Chen is just keeping a very tight ship and making sure he's not making too many mistakes, and then just asking Kidambi to come to him and see
Service over.
that lift there. He's not supposed to lift that out on the sideline.
No.
12.
That for this kind of level,
No, he wasn't under pressure.
no, he should have kept it in.
Oh yes, that's
Service
good play
over.
at the front of the court for Srikanth.
13, 16.
I actually think it was a bit of a miss by CHOU Tien Chen trying to have a look.
Oh yeah, you're right, it was a bit loose.
It was a bit loose, and Kidambi's coming in, but he's playing the obvious one, cross court, into the deep backhand corner, and the shot was not that perfect. So I think CHOU Tien Chen could have got it, even though it became a winner, but he could have got it back.
Oh, that's pushed wide.
Service over. 17, 13.
But this is about, you know, keeping a tight ship, and then Kidambi becomes too flamboyant and is trying to play shots that's too risky for him.
14, 17. Service
That's the
over.
beauty.
Yeah.
18-14.
So many players at a lower level are so tempted to go cross court in that one into the deep forehand corner, and every single top player is waiting for that one, and that's why this shot is so good when he played it down the line.
And that's well left too.
19-14.
Now, I like it when he takes it early at the net, CHOU Tien Chen. Too often, I think he lets it drop too late.
Yes, and that's when he becomes a follower.
Yeah, well worked. Nice way to bring up game point opportunities. Well, when you consider he was 8-10 down, since then, it's all been one-way traffic, quite frankly. All in favour of this man. It's going wide.
Yeah.
Opening game, 21-14.
First game won by CHOU Tien Chen, 21-14.
Just 16 minutes of play for the opening game.
పొజిషన్లో లేదు, చిన్న చేతిలో కొడుతున్నాడు. నువ్వు క్రాస్ పెట్టుకుంటున్నావు, మెల్లగా ఫ్లాట్ నేను హై కూడా ఇవ్వదు, కొంచెం ఫ్లాట్ ఇస్తున్నావు. అవుట్ రైట్ కొట్టడం ఉంటుంది. ఫస్ట్ టైం చిన్నగా కొట్టు డ్రాప్, దానికి నెక్స్ట్ అవుట్ రైట్ వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ ఫినిష్ చేయడానికి పేషెంట్ క్లియర్ పెట్టు. వాడికి ఈజీ ఒకటి పెట్టిన క్లోజ్ పెడుతున్నాడు, ఏది క్లోజ్ పెడితే దాన్ని తిప్పేసి ఓకే తిప్పు, లేదంటే క్రాస్ నుంచి హై వెళ్ళాలి.
ఇంకోటి అంటే వాడు పెడుతున్నారా, పెట్టింది ప్రతి ఒక్కటి దొరుకుతుంది. ఆఫ్ పెట్టకపోతే మీకు టైం ఉంది కాబట్టి వెనక మీద దగ్గర చేయడానికి మంచిగా పెట్టుకోవాల్సింది. మీకు క్లీన్ చేసినా వాడు పెట్టంగా కంపల్సరీ చెప్తున్నాను. రెడీగానే ఉండొచ్చు, కంఫర్టబుల్గా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ బట్టి డబ్బులు తిప్పకపోతే తిప్పేసి మంచిగా
seconds. Count 1, 20 seconds.
Well, Steen and I have spoken before about how we need to have a word with the Indian coaches, that they speak so softly we can't hear them properly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, grossly unfair. But they also got about 42 different dialects to play with, so
exactly.
chances are very small.
I did understand one word.
Okay.
Jaldi.
Okay.
Faster.
Second game.
Oh, clever, clever.
Level.
I'm impressed.
Play.
There you go.
Yes.
Will he play faster, or is it faster going forward, or
Yeah.
we don't know what he was talking about.
Love.
But faster normally sounds good.
Now these are the erratic errors that you were talking about in the opening game.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying yesterday, Morten, when we were talking on obviously an entirely different match, about if you're struggling, then you shouldn't be going for the lines. Concentrate on the length of shot to the back of the court.
Yes. Yeah, make sure you can,
Service over.
you know, in
One,
very simple terms, you can
like
start
that.
just lifting and playing everything down the middle.
Mm.
And when you get the confidence and the length of your shots, you can start spreading them and go towards the lines. Of course, as a top player, you shouldn't do that, but at least keep a good, fair margin, and then you can start pushing it. Because he has made a lot of mistakes on the sidelines, and mistakes that he cannot afford. That's an awesome lift.
Oh, well taken. My goodness. That was good.
Service over.
And he's playing with a lot of confidence at CHOU Tien Chen.
Yeah, he was telling me earlier in the week how he felt that confidence had made a big difference to him.
No doubt, winning in Singapore, I think, meant a lot to him. I was actually there commentating on it, and it was a dreadful match. That the final he played
Against Su Jianhao.
yeah, his compatriot from Chinese Taipei. It was really not a very good match, and he had to fight a lot harder than what he was supposed to. But the fact that he, as and when he won it, you could just see, you could sense the relief. And he won that French Open in 2014, and then had to wait another 4 years to win the next title. Getting that
Next major title.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
In fairness,
Yes,
in
yeah.
fairness. But that meant a lot to him, and since then he's played really well.
Yeah. Incidentally, that final in Singapore was the first ever men's singles final at either Super Series or World Tour level, 4 and above, to feature 2 players from Chinese Taipei in the men's
Service
singles.
over.
That was sort of a historic moment, that.
3.
But of course, all the pressure would have been on him, CHOU Tien Chen.
Oh, it was, and Su Jianhao is not a player that takes any sort of initiative. He is, if anyone, a retriever. So, as long as CHOU Tien Chen did not take any initiative, Su Jianhao was just waiting for him, and you know, both of them just waiting. And that's why I say it was a dreadful match, because no one was taking initiative, and of course here CHOU Tien Chen is just so much stronger than his opponent from Chinese Taipei in Singapore when they played.
Service over.
I'm wondering, you know, obviously that confidence thing is huge in sport, but as we were talking, I was just wondering whether the lack of confidence on titles won this year, which is none as far as Srikanth is concerned, 1 final, that's in the Gold Coast at the Commonwealth Games, and whether that lack of confidence is why he's making these what we describe as unforced errors.
I think it's lack of confidence, and of course, with lack of confidence comes a lack of patience.
Yeah.
And there is no doubt that he is looking for answers the whole time. He's trying to find an easy way through, and there is no easy way through when you play CHOU Tien Chen. You've got to work him. You've got to wait for your opportunities, and you've got to be physical fit and patient to play. You cannot play a smash like that 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters out on the sideline. You got to keep it tight.
Yeah. Good smash.
4.
That's a great lift again. My goodness.
9-4.
After he'd been on his knees too.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a bad habit that's weighing that shot. But by CHOU Tien Chen, he's always putting his knees and hands on 8 out of 10 defensive shots, and then need the court to be mocked afterwards.
Play.
Oh, left completely and utterly stranded there.
4.
KIDAMBI.
It's a bit what I call overcommitment.
Yeah.
Service over. 5-10.
Oh!
6-10.
This could be the moment that Srikanth says to himself, well, if I continue to play the way I've been playing, I'm going to lose anyway. So let's just go for it.
Yep. And it's a perfect opportunity. It's just 4 points, he can still do it.
Oh!
7-10.
Of course, I've been looking at all the men's singles and the quarterfinals. I know there's still one quarterfinal remaining, but I must say that
Oh!
CHOU from China, he's looking strong in this tournament.
10.
He is looking strong.
It's good judgment there.
Play.
He just came through against Anthony Ginting earlier today.
3 games, but quite convincing.
Service over.
Fell back his side,
11-8. Interval.
and therefore the advantage at the mid-game interval is the 3-point advantage in favour of the world number 3. CHOU Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei.
ఇది పర్ఫెక్ట్ ఓకే ఇది పెట్టచ్చు లేదంటే దీనికి క్రాస్ లిఫ్ట్ చేయి హై
CHOU won 21-14, 21-14 in the last 2.
ఏం అవసరం లేదు. నీకు ఇంకా ఇలా కింద కడపడం రష్ అవుతుంది కాకుండా దూరం ఆడే మెల్లగా ఆడేనుకో రష్ అవుతుంది ఓకే ఫాస్ట్ ఆడితే నిల్చు వాడు ఇక్కడ నిల్చున్న సర్వీస్ కూడా ఇక్కడే వాడు ఇక్కడ నిల్చుంటే రిసీవ్కి వాడు సర్వీస్ ఇక్కడ రావాలి అక్కడ రాకూడదు ఇక్కడ రావాలి
Count 1, 20 seconds. Count 1, 20 seconds. Players on court. Quick. Eleven night. Play.
Oh!
Service over.
I just sense a possible
9,
shift in momentum,
11.
Morten.
Me too. I do. I really do. CHOU Tien Chen have to watch out. He's been controlling a game and a half now, and he's got to watch out that he's not suddenly starting to follow and let Srikanth KIDAMBI dictate.
Service over.
If he does that,
12.
there could come
9.
this shift
Line guard.
in the momentum. Because so far, CHOU Tien Chen has really been in the driving seat.
Yeah. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, the reverse slice, straight drop was the shots that set up the rally. That one.
Yeah, we see the really strong attacking abilities here by Srikanth, and when he's playing well, this is the attacking game that's really, really standing out.
Service over.
And then an unforced error like that.
Yeah.
Ho!
Yeah, well left.
Service over. 11-13.
Plays
Service
one good
over.
rally and then he plays a sloppy
14,
rally.
11.
Yeah, but that's what I said. He's got to keep a tight ship, and he's not doing that. It's too erratic.
Well left.
15-11.
Whoa!
16-11.
ఆ ఛాన్స్ ఇస్తున్నావు అంతే ఇంకే తప్ప కమాన్
I can understand why they're looking concerned. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. And you would have been happy with that rally,
11.
Morton, because he took some initiative there.
Yes, he did. And that's when you see when you get to this early at the net and then setting him up very nicely on the attacking situation round ahead, where most players are having a lot of opportunities.
And all credit to this man, because I felt, as I verbalised just a few minutes ago, I felt that there was a definite chance of a change of momentum in favour of this man. But CHOU Tien Chen,
He responded well,
very well.
because I had the same concerns, but he has taken the initiative and kept that initiative in the rallies
Yeah.
and not given it away, and that makes a huge difference. Look at that. You know,
Yeah.
he's going for these
18,
chances and options
11.
and really trying to score the points as well.
Yeah, that's a good smash.
Service over.
But I must say I'm
12,
delighted to see
18.
KIDAMBI back. I know he can do better. I think everybody on the world of badminton knows that KIDAMBI can do better than what we've seen for a while, and we're just waiting for it to happen again.
Yeah.
And it will be great to have him in on the circuit with really great chances of winning tournaments again.
Absolutely, I concur.
First time I saw KIDAMBI play was in the Saeed Modi tournament in India. 2014.
That's right.
I think that was in
Service over.
January 2014.
19.
Lost in the
12.
final.
He lost, but he was way up. He won the first, and he was way up
1912 up.
against one of the young Chinese players.
Yeah.
And then
20,
he lost
match
it
point,
that second game and
12.
the third game. But even then, I thought he can be good.
Shui Song,
Yeah, that's right.
who injured his knee. Haven't really
Service
seen him
over.
I haven't
since.
seen him, yes.
Match point up.
19,
Oh,
20.
first match point opportunity saved.
That's
And
right.
the second. Will it be third time lucky? Yeah, indeed it is, but it wasn't lucky at all. The performance was superb by the number 4 seed and current world number 3, CHOU Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei. Symmetry in the scoreline, 21-14, 21-14, and through to his second semi-final here at this China Open. 35 minutes only for his victory over the former world number 1 and former champion here at this tournament, KIDAMBI Srikanth. So a very good performance, and we know that CHOU Tien Chen will play against the World Championships silver medalist in tomorrow's semi-final, Shi Yuqi of China. But that's how he beat the former champion, KIDAMBI. 21-14, 21-14.